Hello, my name is Braynoski.
And I'm Jason Hobbs.
And I'm Austin Morales, and you're watching The New Gamer On.
And today we are talking about the upcoming news for Grand Theft Auto 6, who will feature a female lead and add new cities over time, as well as much, much more content. We speculate what will be coming in this game, and we are very excited about the next Rockstar game. Let's jump on in.
You sound very excited for it.
You're very
I'm
calm.
doing NPR.
Very calm.
I'm doing
Bullshit.
NPR style. NPR style, you know.
It's worse NPR. It's like super toned down NPR.
Auto 5 is so old. He's old.
Yeah.
So he's doing it now.
And as always, if you like this content, please like, subscribe, bang that bell, because you know you want to do it.
You know you want to.
Oh my God. You're usually just like,
I know. He's just all over the place.
Hey, I'm Brendan Youngonsky.
GTA 6 has some new news that has been
Yes.
revealed. Reportedly, according to Jeff Grubb, which Jeff Grubb is like always freaking like dropping all the shit. And then so is Rockstar or Bloomberg actually dropped a lot of this stuff too. But either way, there is talks that the Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to be the first 3D version of Grand Theft Auto to support a female character as one of the primary characters, who will be a Latina character who is going to be reportedly part of a pair of bank robbers in a story influenced by real-life criminals Bonnie and Clyde. So in addition to that, this game will reportedly begin with a fictionalized Miami and surrounding areas like Vice City, but will be updated with new missions and cities on a regular basis. Live service. That launch version apparently will include more interior locations than any previous GTA game. And sources say that the game likely will not launch. They're skeptical about the launch because of the fact of Rockstar's new direction of trying to reduce crunch for employees. Mm-hmm. So they've apparently in recent years included more inclusive office culture, a focus on reducing crunch, removal of abusive managers, conversion of contractors into full-time employees, and a restructure to improve working conditions. Morale is higher at the company as a result, and one source said Rockstar was a boys' club transformed into a real company.
Wow.
So all that to be said, though, the game is much farther out than originally anticipated because of the fact that it's just taking longer because of it's a big game. They're trying to like not kill their team.
Well, that's good.
Who would have thought? Who would have thought?
I don't know. I know they pulled a lot of people off the Red Dead Redemption remake because they were planning on doing a remake of that game and put it out. But since the Grand Theft Auto remakes did so poorly, they decided to pull everyone off. And I didn't realize that they were actually working to not put time crunches on their employees and try to... That's good. To me, that's good on their point. But with this new video game coming out, I think it should have been done a long time ago, especially with Grand Theft Auto 5. Going to different areas like that, like Vice City, Liberty City, and stuff like that. I think that'll be a good improvement in my own eyes.
I can't wait.
Yeah,
It's gonna be fun. I love Grand Theft Auto.
Oh,
So
it's
much
same.
fun.
As long as they keep it like they did with Grand Theft Auto 5, where it was they had this single player campaign and that was it, and then like a month or two later they released the multiplayer. I love it when they do that. That gives me time to actually enjoy the game without feel like I'm backtracking so much to get into the online portion of the game.
Yeah.
So
They just got to revamp that gameplay for me. I just feel like it's so sluggish. Yeah. It's so old.
yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah, it's
before.
it's just like if Starfield comes out and it feels just like fucking any other like a Fallout game. Like that's just so old. Like they need to.
I thought it was a pretty good upgrade compared to the last Grand Theft Auto.
The
we got.
gunplay was
I mean,
still
it's
shitty,
upgraded.
but
Well, because Red
definitely a
Dead
big
feels just
improvement.
like Grand Theft Auto. I'm like, bro, you serious? Like
Serious?
it's so sluggish. Like the way you run and stuff, and like if
Well, that's actually by
part of-
design.
Yeah.
see, if that's the case, I don't know
That's
if I
more
can.
realistic.
I don't. It does not feel realistic.
Humans.
I feel like you're playing. What's that one game we played when you're like blobs and you fight and it's like really funny? and
Gang Beast.
Gang Beast. It feels like Gang Beast to me.
Yeah, interesting.
Yep.
I can see it on both views on that. I don't know.
Yeah. I thought GTA 6 overall, or 5, played better, but it definitely had like sluggish gunplay. Like gunplay was just garbage. It wasn't good.
It's just they
Even
need
with
to
the
upgrade it
aiming,
at this
like the
point.
aiming assist and stuff like that,
Like,
it wasn't great.
When
But
did GTA 5
the
even come
movement
out?
though didn't bother me.
Yeah, the movement didn't. I mean, I get it because of the realism.
Yeah.
You know, the gunplay though, I didn't think it was that bad.
2013.
Wow, yeah. See, I understand it being back then. I just don't know how people can play it now. It's
I mean, just talking about it, I kind of want to re-download it and play
Me
it
too.
again.
if I
great
had
game.
$1 every time you said that, I mean, every podcast, I'd be rich.
Control myself, man, because like that's what I do. I replay a lot of these games, and this one had a phenomenal storyline. It was very unique to me, and that's why I'm so
Man.
excited for the new one coming out.
Can't believe it's been 9 years since that game
I
came out.
know.
Isn't that nuts?
And they're still
And
milking
still to this day,
milking the shit out
that
of
game
it.
looks and
And they
plays better
just
than most
dropped
games
more
that just come out.
DLC for the multiplayer.
Yeah.
And I think there's a reason why 5 is designed to look like money because that's all it's been. Straight up money.
Do y'all
Yeah.
want, so with the new one, I'm curious since we're on the subject of GTA 6, do you want the same mechanic as Red Dead where you have your core health and stuff like that? Because they introduced that after after Grand Theft Auto.
Remind me how that works again. I
So
can't
with the
remember.
core, you have to eat routinely, get your core up, and that's the only way you regen health.
No, I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't like it either.
I think that's too realistic. I think that's what Red Dead went too far down the path of realism. I think with a lot of the features they put in there, I mean, I think it's cool. So like it's like a immersive sim kind of vibe, but I think it just went too far down that path.
What I would like them to do for this one that's in Red Dead 2 is more stranger missions. Like you're driving around and something happens and you can actually interact and stuff. I felt like that was
That'd
a
be
big
cool.
portion that was missed out on GTA 5.
Yeah,
but
that'd be
they
cool.
mostly introduced that into Red Dead 2. That's the one thing I want to see crossover into this.
It would be interesting if there was like actual like freaking like drive-by shootouts and shit that happens like in real time as you're playing.
As
and
you're
you can like
playing.
decide whether you want to interject or not and like get involved with that stuff.
Yeah,
like
sweet.
because in Red Dead, I mean that was one of the things that I thought was really cool. And the second one was like I was just like riding my horse down this thing and I heard this like freaking like screaming or whatever coming
Yes,
from
exactly.
the side of the road
Yeah.
and I pull not side of the road but just like over this house and I go to the house and this guy's like having like I don't know, his animals are going crazy or something. Or no, he's killing his animals or something like that. So I was like deciding whether to intervene or not. And that was cool. It was just like a random like moment.
Yeah,
like a
you
live
felt
event.
immersed
Yeah.
in the world. So
And I think like GTA has such a huge opportunity to make that stuff happen because of this big, huge open city. It's meant to be a thriving big open city, but I don't want them just like walk around and just like interact with you as you like walk into them or whatever.
yeah.
You know?
I'm excited that they're opening it up to more cities. That's what
Yeah.
I'm like really excited about. So like you rob a bank in this one town or whatever, you can like fly to a different one and go rob that one or something like that. I'm excited for that, and I kind of hope they stick with that for the single player and then also the multiplayer, but keep it separated completely.
I am really curious how they're going to approach that with like if it's going to still have that strong divide between single and multiplayer where like we're going to have this first city we go to.
Yep.
And then will the next city have like an added on campaign in that region
hoping
or
so,
is it
like-
going to be like just isolated like co-op multiplayer stuff?
I hope not.
Yeah, because I think having those multiple cities, like I really loved like San Andreas. I felt like was really ahead of its time for.
Oh.
I mean, although the graphics were like shit in that game,
Yeah.
like they had 3 different cities that were very unique to one another that you eventually went and explored and traveled through, and I thought that was so cool how they were able to make such a vast space to play in. I'm excited this is going back to Vice City, so that's gonna be good. They did say apparently this game was originally codenamed Project Americas due to its plan to include huge territories based on North and South
This
America.
game's gonna be good.
But that plan was scrapped in part to reduce crunch on employees. So I think that's when they went to like the delayed release where it's like, okay, let's focus on one big city.
I think that's good.
And then
on
we'll
them,
add
though.
more.
You know, they're
as we
taking
go.
care of their
I agree with that.
employees,
I agree with
you
that.
know, I mean,
Oh yeah, it's supposed to be like in Colombia or something, and like
Yeah, it
do with
was.
the drug cartel and stuff.
Yeah. So I think
Yeah,
that's
so I
definitely
gotta do that.
shifted.
Dang
Or,
it.
but still, I mean, good on them for, looking out for your employees. We've seen it multiple times where there's time crunches and the game comes out and it's just straight up shit, and we know why. It's because they kept pushing. Oh, this is the release date. I mean, I
Yeah.
appreciate Rockstar doing that and going through it and checking on people.
yeah.
That's how
Yeah.
it's supposed to be. Really.
I'm hyped.
Oh, I'm super fucking hyped.
It's gonna be. I mean, I've never played a Grand Theft Auto game and been like, this is just trash, or just a Rockstar game generally. I mean, like every game that they brought out, like all the Red Dead games, all the GTA games. I thought I never played Bully, but
Bully's amazing.
what was the other one that they did? Max Payne 3 even was a good
Oh,
game.
Max Payne 3 was outstanding.
Like that was really good, and they did that. Midnight Club back in the day. I don't know if any of y'all ever played that. That was a racing game series.
Yeah, my sister played it. She highly enjoyed
yeah,
it.
that was really fun. So I mean, they've always had like really solid games consistently. So I think this will be a good one for sure.